Hello, today is Thursday, April 29th, 2021. Yes, I think I said that right. Today we're going to be working on some Unity stuff. So we've been refactoring our little Unity game from Gamedev over the past couple days, and this is still a bug. You can get defeated immediately, which, yeah, that's not expected. Not expected behavior, but, oh god, die. Okay. Yeah. So we're a little drill here. We mine out the earth around us, and yeah, we can get fuel, we can get money, we can get all sorts of things. But one of the things, so yesterday we did some optimization so that we didn't have a lot of extra data floating around. So now each of these blocks is referencing a scriptable object, just a single scriptable object that has all the data for it. But this is still super inefficient because it doesn't use the Unity tile map. And today we're going to make it do that, or at least we're going to try to. I don't know how well this is going to go. So yeah, that's going to be fun. Anyway, let us get to that. Actually, before we do that, I do need to look at something really quick. Apologies, I just got a message, so I do need to respond to it. Sorry. I just got this like maybe 10, 20 seconds before the stream, so yeah. Cool. Okay, apologies for that. Anyway, so right now we have our little map component. The good thing is that all of the map generation code is tied up inside the map component. The bad thing is that all of the map generation code is tied up inside the map component, and it has not a lot to do with tile maps, so I'm going to have to figure out how to deal with that. Okay, so what I do know, actually, one thing we could do, which I think I will do, is let's just clone the main scene here. What if we just, if we did that, and then we just said, main tile map? Okay. So if we go into main tile map here and then we just run this, in theory, this is going to, so the restart is not going to work. The restart's going to load us into main, but actually just the main with tile map should work. Problem is I don't think this will just disable the UI, I think this will load main. Yeah. Alright, that's unfortunate. Okay, so I guess one way that we can fix that really quickly is we can just say, create a public int build index really quickly. This doesn't need to be an auto property. What am I doing? I mean, really, this can just be protected. And then we can say that it's a lowercase build index. We can serialize this out. And so what this will do is this will just, instead of loading level scene like this, we'll just load the build index. And then I don't think you're used anywhere, are you? Let's look at find all references. Oh, you're used somewhere. Oh, no, you're not. Okay, cool. Just ignore that. So now we can set the build index, and all we have to do is add the tile map stuff to the build index, and it should just run. Whoops. Apologies. Basically what I want to do is I want to do all the tile map editing here away from the normal scene. That way if it doesn't work, we can easily revert. So let's go to build settings and let's add the open scene. Okay, cool. And then in the game manager here, let's just change this to 1. So now whenever we do the reload on this level, it should load level 1. Let's do that. Okay, cool. Now this is the one with the tile map. Awesome. Alright. And so now we need a copy. We don't necessarily need a copy, we just need to create, well, let's create a new version of the map component. Let's call it, let's create an empty, let's say this is the tile map, or the, well actually it can still be on the map game object. Let's just, in components I guess, let's create a new class here. This will be the map generator. Yeah, we'll call it the map generator. And it'll be basically the same as the map component. And we'll just edit it sort of sequentially. Call this map generator component. let's get that, and then do that. Yeah, okay, cool. Now if we go into the map component here, let's grab all of this. Let's grab all of this. Okay. Then we put that in there, and then let's grab all of you and put all of you in here. Cool. So now all of this should compile, which is good. Okay. We'll have some issues in terms of all the blocks, but that should be fine. So let's get rid of this tutorial stuff really quickly. And just assume that we're going to generate the map like this. Resize background should be fine. We just want to make sure that we're generating only the map, or we're only doing the generate map. That way we can ignore the tutorial stuff for now, because the tutorial in this case we're not going to have to generate. It's going to be a static level that we load, so there's no point in having the generator code for it. Yeah, so we can just have all of this code, which we need to rewrite. But yeah, we can actually just get rid of all this nonsense, because there's no point in having it like that. Okay, cool. So now, this should still work technically. Well, actually I'd have to reassign everything, but let's add a map generator component. And let's add to prefabs. Let's add all this stuff. So we have the block prefab, which is in blocks. Here we have the fuel block. We have the money blocks, which are here, which are going to be the emerald. Oops. Let's make this 3. Which is going to be the ruby, emerald, and sapphire. Oops. Ruby, emerald, and sapphire. Have all of that. Then we have the impassable stuff. Then the background, which is you. Then we have the floating text, which is you, which we don't need actually. And the tutorial shop, which we also don't need. And then the exit prefab. Alright, cool. And now this should, if we deactivate you, this should run still. Unless there's something that uses just the map, but no, it works. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's what we wanted. Alright, cool. So now we can remove just the normal map component. So yeah, now we have the new map component here taking over the responsibilities. And we can just get rid of these prefabs here because we don't need them. They don't do anything for us. Alright, awesome. Now let's actually add in the tile map. And I'm just going to disable the canvas really quickly so that we don't look at it. And we have the elevator, all that's good. Okay, cool. Now let's add in a tile map. This is going to be a rectangular tile map. Yes, okay, cool. So now I have not really used this before. So this is a grid and this is the actual tile map, okay. I mean, I have used it, but I also haven't. Like, I haven't used it that much. So I believe you need like a tile palette or something. So in here, let's create a folder for tiles. Cool, and then I think we need to create a tile palette if I recall correctly. It's not playable, is it 2D? Is it tile palette? Sure. 2D tile palette rectangular? Sure. And I thought, is that not how that works? Or do we need to open, yeah, okay, we need to open. Hey PixelPat, how's it going? We're messing a little bit with Unity tile maps today, and I'm trying to figure out how to translate my existing code into tile map code. So like I have all of this that generates maps for me. What are we making? So we're working on optimizing a game from Ludum Dare, because I want to work on it a little bit more. So what it is it's a little, it's a little game where we control a little drill here, and we drill into the earth to get money and resources and things like that. And if we manage to find an area like this, we can go to the next level. So we have level 1 in the top left, and now we're at level 2. And so it's just kind of an infinite little game like that I made for Ludum Dare. And I'm trying to optimize it for, yeah, oh, thank you. Yeah, made this in 48 hours for Ludum Dare. It was a lot of, pretty intense. But anyway, what I'm trying to do is you can see that each of the blocks here are their own individual game objects, which are really inefficient. It's just inefficient, and I'd rather have, I want to have larger maps, and I also want to have better quality maps, because one of the issues, pressure makes diamonds, yeah, exactly. But yeah, I just want to have it be a little bit better, because again, it's really inefficient to do stuff like this. Like this has a collider, you know, this has its own collider, this has its own collider. It would just be nice if we could optimize all of that. And so, yeah, the tile maps are going to have to be the way to do it. And yeah, trying to remember how to do those. So what's your experience with Unity? Do you make games with Unity, or do you use something else? Let's check this out. So, so we have this, yes. I always forget how you do this. So we edit, okay. That's a grid selection. Great. It's not what I want. Isn't there a way to create tiles? Like just create tiles by themselves? I thought that was a thing. Am I wrong? You can make a collider only when you get within 10 blocks. Yeah, that's true, but then I'd have to be adding and subtracting colliders all the time. My volume is up high, so my volume is up high, but your sound is low. Interesting. Okay. Let me try adjusting this. I don't know. I think the problem is that if I adjust the gain anymore, well, actually, let me check something. Okay, I don't think that's doing anything. Does this not? That doesn't do anything. Okay. Let me try that. No, that doesn't appear to be doing anything either. Probably your prox to the mic. Yeah, possibly. Problem is I can't really get it any closer. Because if I do, yeah, I can't really get it any closer. Sorry. There's not a lot I can really do with it. I mean, it looks like, according to my thing, it looks like it's, well, actually, no, it does look pretty quiet, doesn't it? Yeah, apologies, I can't really get any closer to it. Yeah, it's weird because it should be picking up, I mean, usually it's pretty good, so, yeah, I don't know. But anyway, so there's window, there is 2D, it's tile palette, yeah. Hey Omar, or the batch, load the area. Yeah, I mean, so I could do a lot of those optimizations that you're mentioning, and those actually are really good ideas. But I just prefer to use the Unity tile map since it's like the built-in tool, and it's supposedly easier to use, but I don't know. I gotta look at it. Like, I've used it before, but I'm not too much. I got you again. Yeah, you did. Sorry. Paying attention to, yeah. Sorry, I'm paying attention to the tile stuff. I'm trying to remember how to do this, and so I'm like digging through ages and ages of old stuff in my mind. Class for the default tile, yeah. Get tile data, okay. I'm trying to remember how you actually create the tiles, though. I know there's a way to do it. So window 2D tile palette, refer to painting tile maps. Okay, so you can set the active tile map. Okay, active that, cool. How do you actually generate them? That's the part that I don't remember. Are you a Twitch affiliate with more than 50 followers? Unfortunately, I am not Twitch affiliate because I don't have enough watch time. So for Twitch, to get Twitch affiliate, you have to actually have a certain ratio of watch time to hours streamed, and I don't meet that. So, sadness. But even if I did get the opportunity, I may not accept Twitch affiliate just because whenever you accept it, Twitch Twitch makes a lot of claims to your brand, and I'm not a huge fan of it. Oh yeah, they definitely do that, yeah. But yeah, they make a lot of claims to your brand, and I just would have to reveal, or I'd have to, not reveal, review the contract for it to see if it's the right thing to do, but trying to get to 50. Oh, okay. Good luck with that. I can... When do you stream? Because if you... Let me open this, actually. Oh god, why is it doing that? I don't like Twitch. Twitch is annoying sometimes. Yeah, when do you stream? Because I might have to watch you at some point. Oh, also, thanks for the follow. But yeah. Yeah, best of luck with the 50. Stream tonight or tomorrow. Oh, okay. Okay, we have a new follower. Thank you. Unfortunately, notifications are not set up for it, but I'll have to set them up. Like I've been wanting to do, I've been wanting to do a custom follower thing because I'm a weird, like I'm a programmer. I have the skills to set up like the thing. Because what I could do is I could set up like an HTML web page that renders over all of this, and then just hook up a web server to it. And I've been wanting to do that, but I've just not, and I should. But yeah, we have new followers, so thank you for that. Yeah, okay. So if anyone has used Unity tile maps, I'm trying to remember how to do this. And I don't know why I don't know why. There must be a way. Is it the default? No, the brush is there. Right. I can't right click on this. I thought there was a way to generate tiles from... You can't do it from prefabs. Can you do it from images? Can I create... building a community on Discord for indie creators, all kinds. Feel free to join. Oh, okay. Yeah, that'd be cool. I'll have to check out your Discord then. So there's Legacy, there's Brush, there's Terrain Layer, Avatar Mask, Text Mesh Pro, 2D, Sprites. Okay, is there just no way to generate tiles? Like, because I know that I've seen it before. How do you actually... Unity is strangely silent on how you actually use the tile map. So this is the scripting API, which is not what we want. Creating tiles, here we go. Okay, so, oh, that's interesting. Okay. It's not supported. So there are two ways to create a tile. One is to create it from the asset menu, from the assets menu. Really? Assets create. Render texture, legacy, brush, 2D, tile palette. Okay, I beg to differ. Unless there's something else you need. But I thought I imported the stuff that you needed. From the second is automatically, second is from the assets menu, okay. So generating tile assets from tile palette, no. Okay. Is there something you need? Unity, create tile. No really, is there something you need? Okay. It just says from here. So import individual tiles for your tile map, projects, assets folder, imported texture importer. Wait a minute. Tiles defaults are from the texture importer. Create a tile asset from the assets menu. Unity is good for all Unity website, even premium ones. So good, the tutorials are all free. Yeah, it is. It's nice that they have them all, like all the tutorials set up for free, or a lot of them set up for free, but I find that Unity, their documentation is pretty much always lacking. But I mean, there's a lot of good people in the community. It's just, whenever I want to figure out how to do one specific thing, it's like, how do you create a tile? It's like, okay, you go to the assets menu. Where is it? Because I beg to differ. It doesn't seem to exist. Because, like, you would think, right, that it would be under, let's say, 2D tile palette. You would expect that under 2D you'd find some kind of tile thing. But no, it's just not there. I tried Godot and C#. Last year, but after 3 days I gave up. Unity, I booted up and away you go. Yeah, so I've looked at Godot. The thing about Godot is that, the thing that I don't like about it is that they have this, you know, they have a weird idea of, how, game objects should work. They do it through like pure inheritance as opposed to composition, which I prefer composition. I don't like the inheritance idea that they have, and so that's why I don't use it. Yeah, I mean, but their nodes, yeah, but they tend to do, so like each node has to inherit from exactly one thing, and I am not a fan of that idea. It's an inheritance-based structure as opposed to a composition-based structure. So, you know, you'd have a player node. Yeah, that's my preference exactly. I mean, so inheritance does work for systems. It works for systems where you've had, like, where people have been developing for years. Like, then inheritance works very, very well. For small games by animals. Yeah. Yeah, that worked. Well, the thing is, oh, okay. I remember now. Okay, so the way that you create tiles, because this is the most intuitive thing ever, is that you take your image and you drag it into the tile palette. Because, you know, having a create for just tile would be too easy, wouldn't it? It's one of the problems with Unity is that there's a lot of idiosyncrasies to it. Like, I understand why they develop it this way. It's still annoying. But yeah. So, like, inheritance works really well for systems where people have been developing them for years. So, for instance, like input streams. You know, inheritance is a really good thing for that because input streams have been around forever. The same thing is true of, like, file structures. You know, inheritance works very well for that. The same is true for, like, even for animals. You know, like, one common example they give is for animals or for vehicles or for things like that. You know, like animals, there has been, you know, a system, you know, like the 7-tiered system for classifying animals forever. Like, the thing is, scientists have already done all that work. The problem is that whenever you develop new systems with inheritance, you tend to make a lot of mistakes, and it tends to cause a lot of issues. So that's why I prefer composition over inheritance. But, like, inheritance definitely has its place. It's just, you know, it's hard to justify. Okay. Wait a minute. Why'd that not work? Okay. I have this selected. Why can I not paint tiles now? Do I need to select the tile map? No. Do I need to select the grid? No. Yeah, animal, herbivore, carnivore, yeah. Unity, I found that I had to Google where things are, yeah. Okay, I am now confused. So what I thought is that, wait a minute. Okay, so paint with the active brush. I can't paint tiles. Tile map? No. Grid? No. Okay. Am I just dumb? Because, like, I thought the way that you did this is that you select a tile. Oops. Not like that. Okay, so the way that I thought this works, I thought that you select the tile map, you select the tile palette, then you go to paint, and you select the tile? But no, apparently that's not how you do it. So, okay, create new tile palette, yes. Unity paint tiles? Oh my god. Why is this so hard? Like, I don't understand how they managed to take a simple system and make it difficult. Like, how? Okay, paintbrush. Right. Yeah. Like, I really don't, like, how did they make this hard? I don't get it. Yeah, that's a good point. just breathe. Just breathe. It's fine. Okay. So if it's not working, it must be that I'm doing something wrong. That must be the case, because I've done this before. Question is why this doesn't work. Okay, click this. Okay. So paint a filled box with the active brush. So if this isn't working, that must mean that the active brush... Why is this not working? Okay. So that's the sprite. Sure. That's the game. Okay. Burn your computer, yeah. So, but no, really, why is this not working? So this is the tile map. Do I just not have... Okay, sure, let's create a new tile palette, because why not? Yeah, sure. Create it in there. And sure, let's delete this one. Okay. Right? Okay. So now if we click and drag here, nothing happens. Okay. Sure, let's create that in her. Sure, let's save that. Sure, I just don't care. Sure, save that in there. No, why can't I paint anything? Oh my god, Unity. Jesus. I read your about me and I agree about college being useless. Yeah, well, I mean, okay, I should clarify that it's for college in America. Because college in other countries, one more year left, yeah. So yeah, I would say that for college in America and for, yeah, just hang in there. I promise, it's not that bad. For me, it got actually a lot easier as time went on. Like the early stuff in college was just so boring. But yeah, my issue with college is that like I went into college knowing how to write code, and I've seen people who come out of college and still can't do it, and I don't understand. I don't understand how you can send someone through 4 years of college and have them not be able to write basic programs. Like I really don't get it. Like it's really sad. It's really sad that the first thing that they test you on out of college, like if you're interviewing a college graduate, one of the things that you ask them is to write something like, you know, a FizzBuzz program or a sorting program, which is just, if you come out of college and you can't do that, that is just an indictment of the education system. It is just the saddest thing that I've ever seen. And it is sad that some people can't do it. And I know. What do those people do? Yeah, I know, exactly. Like, it was really sad. Like, in my Java class, I think the final exam, we got like 10% of the exam was writing like a single line of Java code for like, it was like a generic or something. It was just the stupidest thing. And it just makes me so mad. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, wait, what? Wait, no, that didn't... What? That didn't make any sense. What just... I don't know what just happened there. Wait, did I have the move tool selected? Wait a minute. Oh. So wait, what? I don't know what just happened with there. Okay. I'm very confused. I'm very confused as to why that just started working. Okay. I was in a group with one guy in a second year, and he couldn't even open the compiler. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Yeah, I mean, one of my last courses in college was, it was a robotics course, where, well, it was embedded systems, but we had to write, like, some very simple Python code, to control the robot, and people had so much trouble with that. And we had to do some C as well, and they taught us C to begin with, and still, people who had been using it for 4 years still couldn't do it. I just don't understand anymore how people... I just don't get it. Why is this on edit mode now? Okay. So what? So I wonder if you have to have at least 2 tiles. I'm wondering if that's what happened there. So okay, let's just delete all this. Oh, now those exist, but they also don't exist. Interesting. Okay. Oh, is there no way that I can remove those? Are those just broken? I think those are just broken. Okay, so I have a new theory. My theory is that you have to have at least 2 tiles. I think that's what I just saw there. Okay. So let's test that out, because I think that's what I just saw. So if I click edit, okay. So I think it has something to do with this being in edit mode. So I think the other thing I need to do, okay, so let's drag that in there. Let's put that there, and let's say tile, so tile background, okay. So now if I uncheck edit, and I click this, okay, that's what it was. And so now that this is in edit mode, no, okay, it just works. Okay, I don't get it. Okay, so if I turn on edit mode, then I click this, now selecting, wait, now, no, that works. I don't understand. Did it cost you a lot for college? Yeah, it cost me a lot. It was very expensive. Well, it depends on which college you go to. In the USA, I would say, well, depending on what you do, my college cost, I think, about 4 or 5 grand per semester for, well, no, it might have been closer to 2 or 3. I think it was about 3 in Texas. Excuse me. In Florida, it was about 2.5. Yeah, I think in Texas it was closer to 3. That was per semester. But I went to, you know, a relatively cheap college, and I didn't even live on campus. But yeah, if you go to like a 4-year college, if you go to a good 4-year college and you live on campus, you can end up paying, you know, 80 to 100 grand easily for an engineering degree. And a lot of people take out student debt. But I was basically hell-bent on not doing that. I was not going to take out any kind of loans if I could help it. And so my parents let me live at home, and so I ended up getting through college with an engineering degree with no debt. And so that's really a good thing. You know, I was more afraid of the debt than I was missing out on the experience. But yeah, like college in the US is a serious scam. It's just a scam. There's really no alternative. Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm very thankful to my parents because they helped me, you know, by letting me live at home, they helped me a lot. And I ended up in a very fortunate position. You know, I mean, I worked full time whenever I went to college as well, so it cost me basically all the money that I earned there, but, you know, now any money I earn afterwards is, you know, basically debt free, so I'm very happy with that. I think it was a good trade. But yeah, I mean, I know that not everybody can do that. I just got fortunate to be in a position where I could. Oh my god, I don't understand this tile palette stuff. It's really bothering me. Okay. But yeah, I would say for college, just hang in there. I know it gets annoying. I definitely know that. But yeah, in my programming classes, I was always the kid that would, you know, sit up or nice meeting you. Oh, okay. Yeah, nice meeting you as well. Good luck getting to 50. Definitely wish you luck. I'll have to tune into your streams if I can. So yeah, okay. I think I vaguely understand the tile stuff now. So I think the issue was that I had edit mode on. And I think if edit mode is on, yeah, okay. No, with edit mode on, you can still paint, but you couldn't do it before. I don't understand. Wait, okay. So if I do this, and then edit mode, no, that's not how that works. Okay, so if I turn edit mode off, I select this, I turn edit mode on, okay. Now I get it. Okay, now I understand. So, edit mode. So yeah, okay. So if I select something that's not a tile, I turn edit mode on, and then even if I click the paintbrush, I think no, I'm not painting on this. But yeah, I can be painting in here and nothing will happen. So if I turn off edit mode, I select something, now I can paint. But the weird thing is, if I turn edit mode on, I can still paint for no reason. I'm really just gonna, I'm Unity. Unity really bothers me. Okay. That being said, I can at least edit. I think I can at least edit the tiles, right? Okay. Is there any way that I can generate a collider for this? That's a question. Does this have a collider? Oh, a collider type. Oh, okay. So sprite collider. Oh, okay. So we can generate colliders there. Okay. So does that mean if I turn off the map, we should turn that off. And then I have, whoops. Oh, why is it doing that now? I don't know why it's doing that now. So if this is the tile palette, I guess we don't need the hierarchy on. I guess that's fine. Because yeah, I think it's one or the other. So, okay. So now if we turn the map off, we should be able to now work with these. Like, we should be able to collide with these. Is this true? Is this what happens? Oh, we can't. Okay, no, never we can. Never can. Okay. Now do we collide with these? We don't collide with these. Why do we not collide with these? I'm fairly certain that the background has a collider. Okay. So is the collider actually being generated is the question. It does not. Oh, do we have to add like a tile map collider or something? Is this a layer? Is that how this works? Is it like a tile map collider 2D? Haha. That's how it works. Alright, is there any way to use by composite? No. Can't we declare this to be a composite? Like an can't we like optimize this? I thought there was a way to do that. Am I wrong? I thought you could tell them to be a singular collider. Individual versus mode chunk. Because I thought they would get chunked, but they don't appear to be doing that. Oh, so that's the tile renderer. Okay, so that's in that setting. Is trigger max chunk change? Accumulated before the collider rebuild instead of an incremental rebuild. I've shown the number of tile changes. What if I just put this to 1? No, okay, it needs to be 1,000. Okay. But yeah, I thought this would be optimized. Is there no way to optimize it? Reload? So are you still... No, you're all separate colliders. Huh. We can at least collide with them, so that's good. But yeah, I had expected... Interesting. Okay. I thought we could optimize these. Collision manual? No. Auto detect. Chunk culling bounds. The mode was chunk, so I thought that chunk mode. Render mode, okay. Yeah, I thought for sure there was a way to optimize this. Is that just wrong? So we have is trigger used by composite. We have an offset. Unity tile map combine. Yeah, composite collider. Is there no way to make this composite? Well, not composite. Sorry, combined. Unity tile map combined colliders. Is there no way to do that? Collider 2D, impact performance, tile map updates, collider shapes. It adds all of that component to the same game object. So high number of accumulated changes will cause an incremental rebuild to resolve this issue. Okay. No longer available. All properties controlled by the attached. You can use that together with the composite collider when you add components to the same. When you add composites, collider shapes neighboring tiles together with composite collider 2D. So if we do a composite collider 2D, and is there a way to make this geometry type polygons? No. So can we say used by composite? Ah, there we go. That's what I wanted. Okay. Because I wanted this to be a little bit like, whoa, that's interesting. So what happened there was this has a rigid body and it has a gravity scale now, which we don't want. But yeah, okay, I think this is more efficient, basically. This is what I wanted. So rather than having, oh, what? Oh, that's interesting. Okay, that's not what we wanted. Interesting. I don't know why that's broken, but I guess it is. Okay, so used by factor, this is outlines. It's used by the composite. Okay. This really shouldn't be simulated, honestly. This shouldn't be movable. Why is this? If we unsimulate this, can we remove this? Is it required by something? It's required by the composite, but if we tell it that it's not simulated, then what happens? Does it still work? Well, we don't get that error anymore, that's good. It's not simulated, so it doesn't actually do physics collisions. Well, that's annoying. Okay, so it is simulated. I guess we can constrain its positions and rotation. Sure, that'll work, right? Okay, we don't get the error anymore, that's good. Okay, so yeah, now I think it's not accepting any force. Okay, good. That's what we want. So now we have a super optimal version of this tile collider, which is great. Okay, so now there's a couple things we can do with this. So one of them is we can do the shadow effect a little bit easier now, I think. Yeah, okay. So let's get this working. So this is the, let's call this the dirt layer. That'll work. So we have that, okay. All we need to do then is we need to modify this manually. So in, what is it? It's in tile palette. Let's erase all of this. Yeah, let's erase all this. Okay. Basically, we just want to build the tile map normally. So from the, where did I put this? In map? And map, in the map generator. What we want to do is instead of having all these tiles, what we want is we want a protected, let's say tile map. Do we have to import Unity Engine like tile or something? It's Unity Engine dot probably tile maps. Yeah, tile maps. Okay. So this will be a tile, and so we can reference a tile. We can reference a tile map. Okay. And this will be, what would it be? This would be like the default layer or the base layer or something. So this would be, I guess, the dirt. Sure. And then I guess we can reference, let's just reference a normal tile. Let's say like a block or something. Let's say serialize field. And then let's do that, okay. So now let's say in here, I think all we need to do is rather than spawning this as a prefab, or actually no, all of that logic still works as well. It's a question, so I think we say tile, or we say dirt.set tile. Set tile to be, I think it will be the X and the Y. would be new vector3 int. So I think we'd say it's the x and the y, and then at 0. And then we would say this to be the block, like such. Okay. So I think here we can, okay, so the prefab, okay, so instead of prefab, this is going to be tile, and we're going to use impassable, say impassable tile, or we'll use just the normal tile. And then what we'll do is we will just erase all of this logic here, and then we'll set this to be the tile. And we don't need to instantiate any of this right now, and I don't think we need to do any of that. And so, yeah. Right, so this will spawn the impassable tiles, which is okay. And so rather than having this be called block, we'll just have this be called tile, and then we'll have another tile here called impassable tile. Impassable tile? Yeah, impassable tile. Okay. So now all of that should work. And here, let's just remove all of this for now. Okay. So all this should do is it should just generate a map of the appropriate size, because that's all I wanted it to do right now. Okay, so we have the background. We can delete this because we'll never need it. Or actually, wait a minute. This is the wrong sprite. That's the right sprite. Okay. So I don't think we need to bother with the tile palette. Yeah, I don't think we do. I think all we need to do is in map here. I think we need to reference you, and then we should be able to reference the dirt layer here. All right, let's try this and see what happens. Well then, that's interesting. Okay, so this appears to have an offset such that, okay, I think that's fine. So what we need to do here, I think we need to set the offset for the tiles. I think their tile anchor is at 0.5.5. I think it needs to be at 0, 0. I think that'll be right. Let's try that. Okay, yeah, I think that's correct, because now, yeah, perfect. So now we have this fully optimal tile map, and this should just be like a giant, should just have one giant collider on it. But I don't see the collider here, which is weird to me. Yeah, I think this has one giant collider on it. Let's just take a look. Yeah, it looks like it does. Okay, great. That's perfect. So yeah, now we don't have all the separate colliders. What we do need to do is when the drill touches one of the collider or touches the tile map, we need to figure out basically which tile it hit, and then we need to remove that tile from the tile map and then replace it with a like sort of damaged version, because that'll be handled outside of the tile map. But yeah. Okay. So with that, I wonder if tiles have like on collide. Because if there's a scriptable tile that has like an on collide or something, that would be super useful. So how does the scriptable tile work? It does not seem to tell me. Unity scripting API scriptable tile. Is there any way we can add an on collide to you? Whoops. Scripting API, the tile base. No, okay. No, fine, we'll just have to create one. check out. So script, we'll say tile. And this just uses probably Unity Engine tile map. Tile maps. So I believe it's probably we just inherit from script. Oh, we can't. Oh, interesting. Okay. Tile? Base. Base tile. Or tile base. Can we inherit from you? We can. What do you do exactly? So get tile data. Whoops. It's tile base. If you get tile data, refresh, etc., etc. So you're useless. Okay, good to know. It's a scriptable object. We don't need that pinned. What? No. No, no, no. Yes. Sit there. Cool. Let's go in here. Okay, cool. Yeah, so this is useless. That's good to know. Oops. Let's get rid of you. Let's get rid of you. Okay. So does it tell me at all what scriptable tiles can be used for? Oops. Let's create a new class inheriting from tile base or any useful subclasses of tile base, like tile. Override any required methods from the tile class. Use the following with override. So actually, tile. Do you have an on collision thing? You have on destroy, on validate, all that sort of stuff. But it doesn't appear that you have on collision. So I'd imagine you don't get those messages. Okay. I mean, I suppose that's fair. Destroy immediate, okay. So in that case, what we need to do is we need to have like a diggable tile map or something. So let's say, I guess, a diggable tile map. Diggable tile map component. And so what this should do is this, we'll say using Unity Engine.tile, tile maps. So what we'll do with this is we'll reference a tile map. We'll just say like, you know, tile map, whatever that might be. We'll say serialized field. Then what we'll do is we'll have a public void and we'll just say dig. And then we'll have, you know, an int x and an int y. And so what we'll do with that is we will just say tilemap.replace or .remove. Is it delete? Say delete cells, and we'll say remove cells within the tilemap's bound position. The target to remove from. So new vector3 int, and we'll say xy and then 0. And then what's this? The number of columns, rows, and layers to remove. Okay. So we'll say 1, 1, and 0. I think that's right. So basically we'll just delete cells whenever we come into contact with it, or whenever we call this dig method. So now in the player controller component, when the player comes into contact with this, say var diggable tile map, and that will be equal to other.getComponent. I assume it'll just be getComponent, and it'll be a diggable tile map component. Then we'll say if, you know, diggable tile map, then diggable tile map.dig, and then it would have to be other dot. Oh, so the problem here is going to be finding the x and y position, because we only have the trigger enter. We don't have the actual collision. So we need to know basically where in world space the player's drill bit is. So this is the drill. So we need specifically where this object is, or actually no. probably where the drill effect is. Actually, we need to know the actual, like, where the tip of the drill is. So let's go prefab open in isolation. Yes, okay. So this is in graphics. This will be in create an empty. This will be drill, just the actual drill like position. Sure. And so we need to know where in world space that is. And let's add some transform here that we reference. It's protected transform. We'll say drill head. And then we'll serialize it so that we can assign it directly. Okay. So we'll dig at drill head dot position. Yeah, dot x. And then the same thing with position dot y. And then we'll use round to int to figure out exactly what the integer value is. So say mathf dot round to int. We'll use that. And then same thing with the y value here. Same thing with the y value here. Give me that and that. Let's do that. All right, cool. So now this should be able to destroy tiles at a specific position. Assuming I did that right. Okay. So let's try that. And of course, oh, object not set to an instance of an object, that's fine. Let's do prefab, open asset in isolation. And we will have the drill position here be, where is it? It's in the player controller? In the player controller. The, whoops, no. The drill position here, and then the actual rock effect, that's interesting. So in assets, this will just be rocks. Yeah, okay. So let's see what happens when we collide with the tile map. We actually need to assign a thing to it. So let's have this here. We'll have, well actually no, it's in here. In here, it's the diggable tile map component. And the tile map will be this. Okay. So let's run that and see what happens. Does that look like it didn't work? Wait, what happened there? Why does that look like it didn't work? Is it because I didn't disable that? Wait, what broke? So we have the map component, or sorry, the map generator component. No, really, what happened there? Is nothing being generated here? No. What? Wait, what? I don't know what happened. Wait, what? Why? Okay. I'm confused. I'm very confused. Oh, because tile and impassable tile got deleted. That's why. Why'd that happen? I don't know how that happened. Okay. Now does this work? Now this works. All right, cool. Let's do R. So now if we hit you, you did something. Interesting. I don't know what happened there. So it's removing columns and rows, but it's not removing cells. Oh, okay. Wait. That deletes cells. So wait, doesn't this need to be 0, 0? Remove cells within the tile map's bounds. Is it, or is it just set tile? Because really it should be set tile. Ah, okay, at that. Can we set this to null? And just have it set to nothing? Because that's probably what we want, just to have an empty tile, right? Rather than deleting the cells. And it's closer to like a remove tile or something. Okay, so that doesn't work. I wonder why. Oh, there we go. Actually, now it's working. Interesting that that doesn't work. Huh. Oh, is it because the collision's not being triggered? No. Was that on trigger exit or on trigger enter? Maybe it needs to be on trigger stay? Is that how it needs to go? I mean, the collisions are a bit wonky, I know. Probably just needs to be on trigger stay. Well, actually, probably needs to be with both, right? Something like that. Yeah, it's a bit wonky. Okay. No, that's just not working. That's weird. Why does that only seem to work some of the time? Okay, so what's your actual position here? So the actual position here is there no way to see the global position? Local rotation. Is there really no way to see the global? What does your global count as? It counts as 1.8, 1.8 and 4 point, so basically 2.5. Basically 2.5. Okay, and you're at what? You would end up being, would it be at 2.5? If we create an empty here, we move you over to 2.5. You end up being there, so you're in the right place. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. What if we just truncate you? Does that produce better? That shouldn't produce better results, but maybe it does. Yeah, what if we just try with truncation? So maybe that's what it needs? Is that? Because I mean, the drill collision works. I don't know why this wouldn't. I mean, it works well enough. Yeah, that doesn't work. Huh. Why does that not work? That's super weird. Huh. Okay. We don't need the range limiting there. Yeah, I don't know why that's so wonky then. I mean, maybe we have to get the collision? Maybe we have to get the collision? Because, yeah, I don't see why that... Yeah, that's weird to me why that's not working. Because, like, that should be easier to dig through. Like, I don't see any reason why... Yeah, why is that not working? It's so weird. So it's not any of that. Huh. That's weird. I don't know why that collision's not working. So it's getting that, yeah. Then it's removing that. Let's do .log and let's say digging. Okay. Then let's do the same thing right here. Okay. Okay, so this, it did trigger digging. Problem is that it didn't, so it triggered it, but it didn't actually remove the tile. Why? Why did it not remove the tile? That's so weird. Okay. So what is your issue? So we'll say here and here. Okay. And both, sorry, this is here. Okay. Let's check out what the issue actually is. So this should not be having issues like this. It's very strange to me. Okay. That worked at 0, 2. That also thinks, wait, does that think it's at 0, 2? Also, it's not getting an on-collision stay. So that thinks that it's at 0, 2. Why does it think that it's at 0, 2? So the drill position here. So that should be 0. Why is it negative? What? Where is that? So that's at minus. So that should round to 0, and that should round to 3. Why is that using that? Rounds to the nearest integer, but it doesn't. Because that collision there, you should also be getting an on-collision stay. Like, this should be, that should be considered to be colliding with that. Like, 0 questions on that. So, curious why all the collisions are funny. Yeah, like this. Oh, this is at -1. Okay. So if we just shift this by a half, is that the issue? Because if everything's offset and we shift it by a half, then it should cause it to give the right answer, at least most of the time. Yeah, let's check this out. Okay, nope, that just gives completely the wrong answer. Well, okay, that's better. Oh, okay. Interesting. Alright. So that only doesn't work in that case. But we can fix that. Does this work when digging downward? No. Okay, so that's what causes an issue. But digging upward's fine. Interesting. Okay, but yeah, digging downward doesn't work now. But I imagine digging left works? No. So digging right works fine. Well, almost fine. Okay, yeah, this seems to just return all of the wrong answers, and I don't know why. It's so weird. Because that just shouldn't be doing that. So this is on collider stay. Like, I should be able to remap this to the right position. I don't understand why I can't. Okay, so if we go here, you think that this is at -1. Why do you think that that's at -1? Why do you ever think that that's at -1? That doesn't make any sense. Why are you at negative? Wait, what? I guess that could happen if the collision is like right there. So, okay. You need to be a little bit out in front of the drill then. Is that what we need to do? So if we go to, what is it? Plugins, resources. It should be prefabs. Should be the player. We put you here, closer to there. let's say 0.95, or no, sorry, 0.8, 0.95. All right, let's put you there, because that's generally the thing that we're targeting. It's the thing that's that far in front of us. Okay, so that works. Okay. That doesn't work. Interesting. Why doesn't that work? So this almost works. Like that didn't work. Okay, so this does work here. That's good. That works there. That's good. Problem is it missed that collision, and I don't know why. Like that collision, it just missed. Like it shouldn't be missing those collisions like that. Yeah, it shouldn't miss that one either. That's so weird. That's so weird. I mean, this works. That doesn't. So we might have to switch away from collision, and we might have to use... It might have to be that every frame we target the tile map, and we just say, hey, whatever is underneath this position, just dig it. That would probably work. Yeah, that's weird that it misses that collision, because otherwise this works just fine. Yeah, okay, otherwise this works just fine. Well, it almost works just fine. It's odd. It's very odd. Yeah, this works just fine, which is what we want. Okay. Yeah, okay. So yeah, instead of having this work in the collision, let's just every frame sample where this is. So this can be probably in fixed update, since that's where we're doing the movement. So we'll just get rid of this. And we can get rid of that. All right. So what we'll do is we will just say find object of type, say diggable tile map. I mean, this is inefficient, but it doesn't really matter right now. We're just testing this out. So yeah, let's try that. Let's say tile map equals, let's say diggable tile map. Sure. And sure, we'll execute the if statement anyway. Doesn't really matter. But yeah, once we get this kind of worked out, then we can mess with it. But then we can, you know, do other things with it. Okay, so we're trying to dig that. That's fine. Okay, actually, this works a lot better. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, yeah, that works perfectly. All right, so we'll just use this system. So every frame, so instead of using collisions, every frame we will just check where the drill head is and do it that way. That's better. That works. Because that way we won't have to deal with any of this nonsense. And yeah, this should give us a good approximation of it. As long as the collision is roughly in the center of where the drill head is, it should look about right. So let's move this back a little bit. Let's move the drill position a little bit back, like to say there. Let's say there. So the drill head actually has to be touching it a little bit. I mean, it may have to just be further back than that too. Yeah, okay, so now you actually have to come into contact with it to make it work. All right. Yeah, okay, I like that. All right then, so we've made the tile map diggable. I like that. So now what we need to do is we need to replace these tiles. So instead of destroying them outright, I mean, yeah, in addition to destroying them outright, we need to, well, first we need to check the actual tile data at that point. So I don't know, I assume that scriptable tiles work similar to how other tiles work, in that we can probably attach some kind of custom data to them. And if we can do that, then that'll make this like vastly better. Yeah, I really like this. This is cool. Okay, so like the advantage of doing this, right, is that rather than generating stuff, what we can do is we can hand place a lot of this. And then we can even generate maps with like replaceable sections and, you know, non-replaceable sections and stuff like that. So we can have like custom elements to different maps. I think that'd be really cool. So yeah, very happy with this. It is occurring to me, oh yeah, because we're technically not digging. I was gonna say, it is occurring to me that we're not getting the dirt particles, but that's just because we're technically not considered digging. Okay. Okay, so let's go through and remove this, because we don't need it. So what we need to do, let me double check something actually. Not here, here. I mute you, because you need to be muted. Okay. Okay. I gotta think about what we want to do here. Well, actually, in the diggable tile map, we can do the replacement pretty quickly. So we can say protected game object, let's say block prefab, right, is what we can do is this. We can say that we're serializing this. So one of the things we can do is we can say that the tile at that position is equal to tilemap.get tile. Get tile at new vector3 int xyo or xy0. Yeah? Yeah, okay. So we can say if tile, then we do that. And what we want to do is we want to then instantiate at that position. So we'll say instantiate the block prefab at transform.position, or not transform position, say new vector3, new vector3, x, y, 0, and then quaternion identity. So what this should do is this should generate a breakable block prefab at that position, assuming we assigned all this right. So in here we would need blocks, we would need the actual block prefab there. So now this should spawn a breakable version. Okay, so we put this here. Yeah, okay, now we have our digging back. And normally you can't dig these, normally you can't dig those, but, you know, the impassable ones, you know, on account of them being impassable. But yeah, now we have the digging back. All right, cool. Oh, that's so cool. But yeah, this is much more efficient than it was previously. And yeah, we even get our collisions and all that sort of stuff. So yeah. Yeah, it's much more efficient, and we can generate much larger maps with it. Okay. And of course we don't have our shadowing, but I think we can add the shadow at some point. We can either do that with post-processing, or we could do that with the actual like tile maps themselves, I think. Yeah, okay. Very happy with that. So now I could even turn off the map generator, and we could just place tiles by hand, and I think they'd still be diggable, if I remember, or if I am thinking of this correctly. We go here, we go to tile map. Oh, that's interesting if that's offset like that. Oh, that's weird. I think can we offset the grid? Cell size, cell gap. Cell gap? No. Cell size 1 by 1. Wait, what? Inline between each one. Okay. Okay, I guess we can't. That's fine though. So yeah, we can create this like large diggable area, Something like this. Something like that. And now we should be able to dig that normally. Okay, we reset, that's fine. We do have the background there that hasn't been updated, but that's fine. That's just because we disabled the tile map. But yeah, now we can dig these out. So yeah, now we can like hand place all the tiles we want to hand place and do stuff. Okay. So yeah, we can have hand generated levels. That'll be fun. Cool. Alright. I mean, all of this should still work as well. But yeah. Okay. I don't think we can get enough to buy haste, unfortunately. Yeah, that's cool that everything just works. Alright. So now it's just a question of what to do, or what else we want to do. Because, like, yeah. I mean, that was really the only thing I wanted to do today, was to figure out how we were going to do the replacement. Because I do need to do some, like, optimization with this. But I don't know. I need to sit down and stare at this for a little while, just to get some ideas on how this could be optimized. But yeah, I'm very happy at how easy that was to do. It's sort of a testament to the Unity tile map system that it's so easy to implement. So I'm curious what iTilemap does. So this is passed on to tiles when information about them is queried. Interesting. It's very strange to me that Unity respects the interface stuff. I'm not used to seeing them do that. Let me think about something really quick. Okay, so we have that. We have that. It's fair enough. Okay. Yeah, I just need to take some time to sit down and just stare at this for a little while and see what else we need to do. Because I don't have a ton of ideas for it, unfortunately. I mean, I have a ton of ideas, like what we can do with this. You know, like a ton of ideas for game content. I just don't have enough of it. I don't have the art for a lot of it. I don't have, like for example, one of the reasons that we can't do the money blocks is because if we go into like this is like a composite object, so it has all this oil as like composite pieces. And I don't think we can do that with a tile. I think we have to do something else with it. I do want to check actually. Unity post-processing. Can we just do a drop shadow with post-processing? That would be really nice if we could. Canvas post-processing shadows, creating drop shadows for sprites in Unity. Is there any way we can just do a drop shadow? That'd be super useful, right? So we can do bloom, we can do channel mixer, no. Color adjustments, no. Fog, depth of field, that's not going to help us. Lens distortion, not really. So corrects the distortion at the edge. Okay. Screen space creates a subtle reflection, simulate wet floor surfaces. Oh, that'd be cool. So shadows effect separately controls the tint brightness of shadows. It's not what we're looking for. No. Tone mapping, not really. White balance, no. We're not really doing any of it. It's not really any of this that we want. I mean, I guess technically we want actual lighting. So creating drop shadows in Unity, does it? Oh, of course, it says it's insecure. So does it show that you can do this in any good way? So shader replacement. Give your current shader rendered target type tag. Affects the render texture. Oh, interesting. Okay. That's cool. Interesting. Does that have to be a shader blend? Okay. So I guess we could do it with shaders. That'd be fine. So let's say Unity tile map. Do we have lighting on the tile maps? Because lighting would be kind of cool. New 2D lighting with tile maps. Oh, okay. Actually, how does 2D lighting work? Hang on. If I just create... Hold on, let's test that really quick. Let's just test the simplest possible case of that. So like, let's say that I create something as such. If I put like a light in there, does that just work? So 2D object. So let's say a light, sure, point light. Does this do anything in 2D? Or is it only baked mode? Or actually, we need to probably put you at 0. Wait, are you at 0 or are you minus 10? You're at 0. Okay. How does this work? I actually don't know. Let's check this out. Do we get any kind of lighting from you? Doesn't look like it. So we have you. We have you. So do you have any lighting settings? It doesn't look like you do. I guess that your material is the sprite's unlit? Like, isn't the default material sprite unlit material? So if we create a material, let's say material, sure, sprite lit. So we say, what is it, sprites, the default. So the default sprite probably doesn't have a thing. What if we just do a lit UI? A lit UI, it's not sprites. What if we just did a standard? We just did a standard. What would happen? So we just put standard material on you. What would you do? Okay, let's check that out. You would be very dark, that's what you would be. Okay. So, okay, I guess it's not... I guess we don't want you receiving the light, do we? We want something behind you to receive the light? So the background, maybe? And that's what we'd see the shadows on? But you're unlit. So what if you were... let's say... standard. Let's delete you. What if we made you like a standard texture? Okay. We showed the lighting? Or no? So we grab you. Let's increase your size a little bit. Would we see the stuff on you now? The lighting on you now? I thought I changed this to be lit. Did I not? So you're standard. And then you... I'm confused. Just count as background material. Yeah. And what if we do that? And we set that. And then you need to be at minus 10? No. You need to be at plus 10. What does this look like in 2D? Is it just that you're too far? I think it's just that you're too far, right? So move you here. So that's real time. Okay, actually, isn't there soft shadows? And then we change you to be like -1? Or no, 1. Something like that? I thought there was a way to do 2D lighting. Maybe I just don't know. So there's a directional light. No, we don't want that. Render mode, no. Culling, no. Let's check what happens. I'm just curious. So it doesn't appear that the 2D stuff blocks any of it. How do you do this? Unity 2D lighting. How do you do this? 2D lights properties. Oh, do we actually have to do... We have to import something for this? Is that what we have to do? 2D sprite, 2D that. Is it in lights? Lighting? 2D, 2D, 2D. 2D tile map, 2D sprite. Input, yeah, I don't know. So is this in the light something? Where is it? So the lightweight is a 2D renderer with the 2D renderer selected. So you can do light, okay. Freeform global, apply optimized settings. When using the lightweight render pipeline. Okay, so I assume I need to change something here. 2D, it's probably in Window Package Manager. So is it rendering? Shader graph, mobile. Is it the standard? Okay, I'll have to check it out later. I'll have to figure out how to do it. Let's fix some of this. We can get that, we can get rid of that, we can do that, we can do that, we can get rid of that. Alright. I think all of that's fine now. So we can delete that. Yeah, that's unlit, so it should be 1, 1 at 0, 0. Then you are sprites default. Okay. Let me run this. Alright, cool. And yeah, it's not... It works. Okay, cool. That's all we needed to know. And then if we re-enable you, and then let's say we clear you out, you get cleared. Cool. Okay. Let's run this, and now we can dig. Is this correct? Yes, that's correct. Okay. So yeah, normally we can't dig the gray tiles, but now we can for various reasons. Okay, cool. I'm good with that. So I'm going to call the stream here because we've been going for about an hour and a half. Let me double check some stuff here. Let me see if anyone is doing anything interesting that we might want to see. Let me see. Unfortunately, nobody is doing anything interesting. Let's check out. Let's go over here to here. And sure, game development. Anyone? No? Okay. There's me. Okay, that's not useful. No, nobody's doing anything that's super relevant. Okay. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow.